Hello and welcome back to Lorfet Gaming Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I'm your host Lorfet, and in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic build video I am doing the dark side version of the level 7 Scoundrel and level 13 Jedi Guardian. As always, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic build videos like this. Do not forget to hit that notification bell so you'll be updated and much more. Let's go over the pros and cons of this build. Number 1, you have the fear line. That means humanoids will be able to fear you for the most part. Number 2, you have very powerful offensive abilities, either by melee in combat or force powers. Yeah, the dark side has that big time. Number 3, sneak attack. You'll be able to definitely pull that off. And number 4, dual wielding. You'll be really powerful in that. Now, disadvantages as goes, because you're using the fear line, that's your only crowd control, and some enemies can resist it, like, for example, high-level dark Jedis and Sith. Another thing, you're not get the full effect sneak attack like Mission has, where she has up to 9+. Another thing is your force powers will be definitely lacking. You'll miss out on some feats. So let's go ahead and talk about first the sneak attack mechanics in KotOR 1. In order to do sneak attack damage, you need to be in stealth to attack first round, attack from behind, or if your foes are stunned in any way or can't do anything, go ahead and attack them. Now, if you attack them head on, your foes are attacking you, guess what? You're not doing sneak attack, you're doing normal damage, which, by the way, yeah, that's not good. So let's talk about the next part of how the sneak attack works. Now, for the next part, I move a stair around behind our foe, the Absolute. There's Lizelle and Gale for you, party members as well. So if you attack your foes from behind in combat without, of course, stunning them, that is a sneak attack. So if you attack them from behind, once again, you get to do sneak attack damage. So sneak attack will add to your normal damage. With this build, it'll be quite a bit. So let's move on to the last part. So if you decide to use stun grenades, force stun, critical hit lands a nice stun attack or anything else that stuns foes, guess what? They'll be stunned and you'll be able to sneak attack them in any direction, including full frontal attack. That's right, folks. Attack from the front. So with this build, we're going to be abusing quite a bit of force abilities. But when you start out, yeah, concussion grenades are the way to go to stun your foes. So this way you do bonus damage against them. So let's go to character creation next. Here's the deal, everyone. We're going to be playing a Scoundrel, a dark side version of it. So you're going to be doing a lot of bad things. Get more money, kill more people, get more items that you normally do not get in a light side playthrough. And yeah, we're going to gain an extra level leaving the first planet of the game because of this. So let's go over our, I should say, tactics real quick. You have to get used to attacking from behind when someone's distracting the foes. Or using concussion grenades against tough foes to stun them. So this way you do sneak attacks as well. That's how it works. I explained that earlier. Anyways, let's go ahead and pick our attributes. First of all, strength at 14. That's going to be our main stat. Every level's a 4. We'll put a point in that. It'll be 19. Abilities, items, and such will even that out. Or say force abilities. Dexterity 14 gives us a nice oop and defense. Constitution at 12. Get a little bit more vitality in game, aka hit points. Intelligence we'll keep at 10. We're not going to put that negative, so this way we don't get a minus. That's very important for HK47 repair. Yeah, there's an implant that's dark side early on you could get. That'll help you out greatly. You don't have to switch intelligence or constitution on light side. Wisdom at 14, so this way we have saving throws and add modifiers to our Jedi Force points. And it's hard to resist as well. Charisma we'll put at 14 as well. Relates to feats and power. That's very important of all Jedi classes. That relates to charisma. Also being very persuasive talkers as well. Strength, dexterity, wisdom, and charisma at 14. Constitution 12 and 10 intelligence. Skills, we're going to focus on persuade. That's a class skill. We're going to max that out right away. Repair is a cross class, so we'll put 2 points in that. We'll store the rest. Repair will get to 11. With items, we'll be able to repair HK47. So you don't want to repair HK47. Just pick Persuade, store your points until you become a Jedi so you can put rest and treat injury. So there we go. We're done with that department. So let's go over feats. Now, for feats, we get critical, I should say sneak attacks and critical strike. We'll focus more on sneak attacks. So also sneak attacks when we attack a foe from behind or they're stunned, 1 to 6 extra points. Scoundrel's luck, we get +2 defense. It activates randomly at times, but it's good. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and pick 2 weapon fighting. So that's what we're going to focus on. This way we'll max that out real quickly. And right now our main hand, I should say it's -6, offhand's -10. So if you have balanced weapons, that's -6, -6, I believe it is. And if you go on further, yeah, you get less penalties that way. So let's go ahead and name our character. Final advice, all I gotta say is this, everyone. You're gonna be doing a lot of bad things still. Use any way to stun your foes or attack from behind when you start out as a scoundrel. Later on, become a Jedi Guardian. You get force abilities to help you out with that. Now we're at level 2, so let's go ahead and level up our characters. Let's go ahead and select that at this very time. If I do remember correctly, you get a feat. Unfortunately, scoundrels are feat starved. You got to get used to it. So Persuade, we'll put points in that. We cannot do repair since it's a cross class, so we have to wait until the next level. Now for feats, I'm going to go ahead and select, let's see here, we can't select that one. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and select at this time implant 1. Yeah, we're going to get that to 3. So we'll be able to max that out. This way we have the very best implants in the game, help us out greatly. Eventually we'll get the 2-weapon fighting done. And there you go. So let's level up to the next level. Now we're Scoundrel level 3 at this point. So we're starting to go the dark path of the Force. We're starting to do bad things. It's always good to do bad things. It's more fun that way. Persuade and repair. If you don't like repair, store your points until you become a Jedi Guardian. But persuade is a must. You're going to talk your way into many things, including force people to do what you want. And that's about it. And we get another sneak attack feat. So some levels we get sneak attack there and increase good. So instead of 1 to 6, now it's 2 to 12 extra points of damage. That's pretty good for this build, especially dual wielding later on down the line. It gets added more. Now we're at level 4. We're really doing bad things, and already look at that meter. It's going down towards the dark side. So let's keep on going, leveling up as well. Attributes every level 4. We'll put a point in that. Put all points into strength. That is important no matter what. There's items, equipment, and such will even all out. Put your point in this persuade, and that's about it. Now, if you're not doing repair at all, repair HK47, just save it for treat injury. And that's about it. Now we're at level 5, so we're closing in on level 7, which will stop for the Scoundrel class. So we're doing a lot more bad things, making people's lives miserable, making our lives very happy. That's what this build's all about, too. Just doing bad things while leveling up. So we'll put a point in Persuade, and definitely repair if you're going for HK47 like I am with this playthrough. And treat injury will store for now. As for feats, we get another sneak attack. So let's go ahead and go over that. So from 2 to 12, now it's 3 to 18 extra point of damage when we attack from behind or stun foes. Or if we're in a stealth. We're not going to use stealth though. Forget that noise. Improved 2-weapon fighting. So our penalty will be a lot less this time. So an additional penalty, if I remember right, -4 on main hand, off hand. If it's balanced, it's if I remember correctly, it's -2 to -4. Which is good. And there you go. That's about it for leveling up. See, there's your to hit. Now we get to do. So let's go ahead and level up to 6. As you do embrace more of the dark side of the Force, it is time to level up. You guessed it, to level 6. So you're still on the first planet of the game. Let's go ahead and do skill, persuade. We can't do any cross-class ones, so we'll just store the points just like in Neverwinter Nights 1. And we get improved Scoundrel's luck. So this is good news indeed. So let's check that out. So instead of 2, we get +4 defense when it's randomly manifests, which is good. If I remember right, it stacks with a certain Jedi feat as well. Now, a word of advice, after level 7, do not level up any further. So avoid leveling up, especially in the Sith base or at the last party area in the first planet. So let's do level 7, persuade, and we'll put points in repair. If you're not doing HK47, store your points. But I'm doing HK47 since it's a dark side playthrough. Still do persuade. And now we get the final sneak attack for this build. Sneak attack 4. Now it does 4 to 24 extra points of damage, which by the way, it does come to play greatly later on. So let's go ahead and level up. Now, welcome to the Jedi Guardian class. So we're class changing now. So once you arrive on a certain planet, certain event happens, boom, you level up. So make sure you pick Jedi Guardian, very important. Put all your points into strength. So every level of 4, do that. Now we're going to put a point into persuade. And I'm going to go ahead and show you. It says treat injury was no longer I should say, cross class. It's a class skill now. We're going to save points for that later on. Now we get some feats. We get lightsaber proficiency. That'll come into play later on. Let's go over this. Jedi develops connection with the Force. They always get +2 defense, which is good. And another thing is the jump attack. Well, besides this one here, force sensitivity, that's 40 extra force points. Force jump, we get a little bit extra damage we get to do. When we jump 10 meters, we attack them from a safe distance. Yeah, it's a nice attack. Sneak attack does play in the rules of that as well. So what we're going to go ahead and do at this time, besides looking at Jedi defense one more time, is we're going to max out Master 2 weapon fighting. So, and in one of each hand, it'll be -2. Now, if you have, I should say, a balance in the offhand, it's 0/-2, which is good. Now, we're going to go ahead and get some force powers going on. First of all, this is very important. We're going to go ahead and, well, I'm just going to try and make sure I do everything right. Okay, we can't do drain life yet. We're going to go ahead and, let's see here. I'm going to pick this one. Force Valor is a nice one to pick. Also, if you want to do Night Speed as well. I'm going to go ahead and do Valor first. It's a light side, but don't worry. We'll get a lot of force points. I'm going to do Fear. That's our crowd control line. That's very important for us to abuse. So, Fear will crowd control a single enemy, and Force Valor will just buff our character up well. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you the offhand and main hand penalty. So, yeah, I'm just going to grab some balanced weapons. There you go. So, there you have it. We have to hit more often now, thanks to ourselves having main hand that's normal and offhand has offhand damage. So let's level up to level 9. It's time to level up to level 9. So because I have an extra level, I get 3 levels upon the class change. I timed it perfectly that way, or planned it. Put your points in Persuade, cross-class, Repair if you're going for HK47 fully repair, which I am in this playthrough. If not for Repair, store your points so this way you could put Treat Injury maxed out. Okay, or nearly maxed out. So let's go over force powers. I could do the second line for horror. However, I do need is drain life. That's going to be my self-healing, or actually offensive healing. So I drain life from other foes. That's organic. And of course, I get the hit points as well, which is 1 to 4. Maximum is 10 to 40 on a single target, which is not bad at all. The upgrade is much more powerful and useful. Don't worry about horror. We'll get it in the next level. And that's about it for this level, so let's go to level 10. Now, once we've done with level 10, I should say on the leveling up part, we're halfway through the game for levels. Yeah, KotOR 1 is level 20, KotOR 2 is 50. It's a big jump, so let's go ahead and just get this level out of the way. So at level 10, for skills, what we'll do is Persuade. We'll focus on our main skill for that. And there you go. We're being talkers in this game, so we'll talk our way into anything, as always. So let's go over Feats. We get a lot more feats than the Scoundrel class. So we're going to go ahead and focus on Lightsaber. Yeah, we're going to do that since two weapon fighting's done. So we'll do is weapon focused Lightsaber, adds +1 attack bonus with lightsabers. That'll come to play big time later on, really. So let's go over powers. So for powers, now we get to pick is the upgrade for fear is horror. So all creatures within 5 meters will be cowering in fear. That's when your sneak attack comes into play. Since it's like a stun, they're afraid. You take full advantage of that. Ba bing, ba boom, they're dead. And you're alive. That's all that matters. So there you go. And we're done with level 10. So let's get to the next level. Now we're in the second half of the levels. Now we're at level 11. So this is from 11 to 20. So let's start out with this level. Put points into Persuade and Repair. If you're not repairing HK47, put in a Treat Injury. As for powers, we're going to go ahead and do is Burst of Speed. I'm just going to look for anything else. Always scout what I need to pick. Yeah, we're a little bit force point star, but that's all right. So let's go ahead and do that. This will make us move faster, eventually give us defense, and of course more attacks per round. There you go. Let's go to the next level. Now we're at level 12. Every level to 4, we get ourselves a attribute point or ability point if we want to go that route. So let's put our point in attributes, put all points into strength. So we're going to do that. We're at 17 strength, which is good. Persuade, we'll max that out for this level. Let's see here. Force powers. We could max out the fear line, but I want to go ahead and just put 1 point in a certain force power. Shock. Shock works well against droids, and also works against anything living as well. It does 1 to 6 points of damage on a single target, and if I remember right, it's 10 to 40 that's maxed out. Later on, the other two are very broken and very powerful, but this starts a path of shocking everybody in sight, which is good. Let's see, I'm just always scouting. Always scout before you level. So that should about be it. Now we're at level, you guessed it, 13. So let's go ahead and do this. So for skills, we're going to do is Persuade. If you're repairing HK-47, repair. If not, treat injury. Okay, for feats, we get 2 of them. Ooh, let's go ahead and check out the first one, Improved Force Jump. So when we use that, we instantly get to our target, but we get +2 to attack and also to hit as well. Night Senses, instead of +4, now it's always instead of +2, I'll say it's +4. So let's go over feats. Feat we're going to pick is Weapon Specialization Lightsabers, +2 damage bonus with our lightsabers, which is good since we're dual wielding and we do a lot of damage. Now, Force Powers was Insanity. That's a much more powerful version of Horror. For the most part, most folks will not resist Insanity, except for very powerful Dark Force users, like for example, certain bosses and such. That happens, switch to a light side character and have them crowd control to help you out on that department. Now we're at level 14, everyone. So yeah, we're moving along, leveling up. In my case, using Tatooine or a certain area to level up fast. So let's do Persuade, and that's about it. That's all we could do. No cross-class skills or anything like that. As for feats, yeah, we get to pick feats again. So we're done with the lightsabers. Now we're going to focus on, you guessed it, implants. We're going to rush that to level 3. So this way we wear the best implants in the game, usually dexterity. Some people like the Constitution ones as well. Now we get to pick our Force Powers. Okay, we can't do Death Field yet. That's much more later on. So instead, we're going to do is Force Lightning. So all hostile creatures up to 16 meters in front of you will suffer 1 to 6 points of damage. Maximum is 10 to 60. Pretty good. And it's not more powerful than the next one, but it's nice to use against droids as well. This one damages droids as well too, so good idea to use that against those type of enemies. Also works against organics. So let's level up next. So we're now at level 15. Once we're done with 15, we only have 5 levels left, and that's it. So let's go ahead and do it. We're going to go ahead and lap our Scoundrel levels. So let's go ahead and pick Persuade and Repair. If you're not, like I said before, Repair HK-47, put Treat Injury into that play. But Persuade is important. And we get ourselves a Force Power. We get to choose. So let's see here. I'm going to look, and I'm going to go ahead and select Night Speed. So this gives our movement speed increased. Defense will be increased by 4, and get 1 extra attack per round. Really useful, and that's about it for this level. Let's go to the next one, shall we? It is now time to level up the last 5 levels. Let's start out with level 16. Since every level is a 4, we get ourselves another attribute point. So let's go ahead and put that in the strength. Don't worry if it's at 19, at 20. Items, stems, you name it, will even it out. So as for skills, Persuade. So we're still talking our way through anything at this point. So let's go ahead and do feats. Implants 3. So now we get to wear the best implants in the game. So we want that. As for Force Powers, yeah, let's go ahead and select Knight's Valor. It's a light side power, but it's nice buffing. We have plenty of force points to abuse and use. You heard that right. So we'll do that. And there we go. Let's go ahead and level up to the next level. Now we're about to get to level 17 and get that done. So let's go ahead and take care of this level, shall we? And at this point, we're almost maxed out at dark side powers, at least. Persuade at 20. Repair we'll put at 10. So we're going to try to get repair to 11 since I'm doing the HK-47 route. As for powers, okay, we got some good options here. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Master Speed. So this way we're a bit more faster. So let's go ahead and select that. So we get 4 defense, 2 attacks per round. We move pretty fast, which is good. And there you go. We're done with this level. Now we're at level 18, where I'm still leveling up in Tatooine, unless you're playing legit, and then you're leveling up elsewhere. So actually, Tatooine method's legit. So let's go ahead and put points into Persuade, our talking skill. Let's go ahead and do that. Sorry, no class, I should say. Okay, we get to pick either Force Storm or Death Field, since we unlock some of the best dark side powers in the entire game. So I decided to do Force Storm. So this way, it's a wider range, It deals a maximum of 10 to 60 damage, which is pretty good. It's great against a whole bunch of droids surrounding you too, and also living things as well. Now we're at, you guessed it, level 19. So we're getting closer to the level 20 cap. So let's go ahead and do that, everyone. And let's see here. Skill, we'll do his Persuade. Last time, cross class. We'll do his Repair at 11. And now I'm going to put the rest of the points into Treat Injury. If you do Repair, then put the rest in Treat Injury. Now we get Master Force Jump and the other one, Master Senses. Now, Master Force Jump does is we close in our enemies. We get a +4 to hit and damage on our first strike. When we attack foes from behind, add your sneak attack modifier. And Master Senses, we get +6 defense. So let's go ahead and pick Toughness. So we get 1 extra Vitality point every time we level. It's retroactive, just like the Toughness feat version Neverwinter Nights 1. We'll pick Death Field. So we surround our 4 foes. That's 1 to 4 damage. We suck life out of our foes to heal ourselves per level. So that's maximum of 10 to 40. We get healed per foe. It's a oh crap force power to abuse and use, which I use quite a bit sometimes, and also sometimes for fun. Now we're at level 20. This is it, everyone. So let's go ahead and get this level done, and we'll cap out after that. Attributes, we're going to put points in strength. Like I said, Force Stims, Gear, Force Valor line helps you out, evening it up. Put points in Persuade. We're at 23 Persuade. We're maxed out in that. So I'm going to put Treat Injury at 8. So that's good for us in case for our Force Powers we need med kits to heal. Now what we're going to do is improve Toughness. This feat subtracts 2 points from any damage you suffer. You still retain the +1 Vitality per level from the previous feat. Master Valor, this gives you +5 points in your attributes. Also immunity to poison. Everybody gets it. Very good. It costs more for us dark side users, but certain situations we're alone, but that's all right. And that's it from 1 to 20. So let's talk about suggested party members. Here's my suggested party members. Basilisk, she's pretty good early on in mid-game. Unless you want to keep her, that's fine. Canderous, he's good if you don't want to use a second Jedi. He's good for tanking, or actually big time, give him melee weapons, and the way he goes. Karth is all right until you get Canderous. You'll use Karth at some certain point, but still give him like a blaster in each hand. HK-47 is really good if you decide to repair him, of course. If not, yeah, it's going to be kind of useless. Jolie's actually pretty good because he's more of a force user. Use them for crowd control. I can't crowd control certain foes thanks to the fear line against very tough Sith foes. Jahani's very good. Less force powers to pick from, but she's pretty good. Mission is really good besides some of the stuff she does. Sneak attack. The little droid below Jolie, it's not bad. You can use it for security and other things as well. Big Z is all right until you get Canderous. Other than that, I'd probably say is Jolie / Basilisk and Mission for your parties. Next up is Gear Advice. Now, please note for Gear Advice, I'm also going ahead and include the Jedi Crystal. Even though it's a light side crystal, it's set for if you use it with the Heart of the Guardian or Mantle of the Force, that becomes neutral, but you won't get the light side properties. Now, as you see before you, with the right gear, you get to do a lot of damage, and you get to own foes like crazy. So let's go over the implants and the headgear first. For implants, some people put Constitution. I prefer Dexterity, so here's the first one. Advanced a Clarity Implant. That's a +5 Dexterity Implant. Its location at the Yavin Station, aka after you get the 5th star map. Costs a lot of credits, but that's all right. If you cannot get those, settle for the +2 to the +4 ones. Now for headgear, combat sensors, you get +2 dexterity. Ignore the bonus weapon feat, that's blaster pistol and blaster rifle. We're just getting for the +2 dexterity. Location, Mon Travak shop. Yeah, that's the shop there. If you cannot get that or missions using that, for example, Verpine Ocular Enhancer, +1 dexterity. Damage resistance is 5/ versus Sonic damage. Location, Korriban, that is the Sith world. So let's move on to the next set of equipment. Here are the hands, aka gauntlets. Dominator gauntlets, +5 strength. These gauntlets will give you. Best ones in the game. Special shop in Korriban. If you cannot get the special shop or if it's a bug, the shop access. Then sell for the Geo-hardened power glove. This gives you +4 strength when you equip these gloves during the Mon bounty hunts quest line. So if you beat Tatooine, I think it is, you get this quest line or so, and it's worth doing. If not, sell for the +2 or +3 ones. And by the way, that bounty hunt quest line, a whole bunch of dark side points you gain from. Arms, aka shields, Vertpine prototype shields. This will absorb damage by 120 points. The following damage type follows: energy, sonic, cold, and heat. Now, if you have a party member that has improved energy resistance, since that spreads around everybody in the party, have them pop that as well. So let's get to the next set of gear. Let's go over the belts. CNS Strength Enhancer. This gives you +2 strength and all save throws by +2. Get this on Dantooine in a certain shop before the 4th star map. You complete the 4th star map, you won't have access to the shop. Now, if you did kill the hidden Bex leader on Taurus, then there's a +1 strength belt you should already have. If you don't have either one of the belts, then sell for a belt that gives you fortitude or will saves. Endgame, buy equipment, aka robes. Endgame dark side robes. These are the best robes in the game. You'll know it when you see it, and the stats as well. Now, another one is the Master Jedi robes. In the meanwhile, go ahead and go for those. That's usually later on in the game you get those. It's very nice robes to have. Now, that's about it for gear. Next up is the Lightsaber crystals. Here's the crystals you could get during your dark side playthrough with this build. The Ympari crystal, +3 attack, 1 to 8 damage, location, endgame. You'll know when you see it. Fond. This is a crystal that gives you +1 to 6 physical damage, location, Korriban. Very powerful crystal. You have to do a dark side act in order to get it. That's why I didn't list it in the light side versions. Sloride. This gives you +3 attack. Now, if you're a light side user only, you get 1 to 8 damage versus dark side characters. You won't have access to this. Reason why I listed this is after the Yavin shop, you get all 5 pieces of the star map. There's a middle crystal you could get. You pair with Sorari, and for example, Fawn. On your main hand, you do a lot of damage with it. Now, location of Sorari crystal, I forgot to mention, it's Korriban as well. You won't do any light or dark side stuff at all. Now, next up is the Kyrat Dragon Pearl, +2 attack and +2 energy damage. Location Tatooine for both. Yeah, in order to get the second one, you have to do a dark side act in order to get it. You know when you see it. So let's get to the last set of crystals. Here are the final set of crystals. Opali. This gives you 3 energy damage and massive criticals, which is 2 to 12 when you do critical hits. Location Tatooine and Korriban. Now, middle crystals as follow. You get these middle crystals at the Yavin station after the 5th star map is gained. Heart of the Guardian, results are different for each crystal, and there's the other one, Mantle of the Force. Now, the Sorari crystal, I said it's light side only. If you do with a normal crystal and Solaris crystal, you can't use it. Well, these middle crystals will break those rules for you. So you have Solaris crystal, Mantle of the Force, for example, and a Kyrat Dragon Pearl, for instance, you get to do combinations on. And these middle crystals, you want to save up ASAP. Definitely play Fazak in order to get a nice discount so the price of these crystals go down a bit. That's about it for lightsaber crystals. Next up is the combat demonstration of this build video. I normally start combat right away, but I'm just showing you what happens when I'm using stims, the Master Valor Force ability thanks to Jolie in the party, and items as well. So my strength is 36. I'm going to hit like a Mack truck. So when you start against organic foes, try to crowd control. I'm going to use Insanity against these Dark Jedi. Now they're frozen in fear, so all you need to do is just whack them like crazy. There you go. Thanks to the sneak attack modifier, I get to one-shot these foes sometimes. This one's getting a 2-shotter, but that's all right. Let's take this one out. And there you go. So if you're getting surrounded by a bunch of foes you're not able to crowd control, use Death Field if they're organics, and or Force Lightning. If it's like droids, Force Lightning works as well. If you can jump, attack your foes right away, take one out, that's fine. Then use crowd control. Also, if you have any party members that has light side versions of those, use them to crowd control, so this way you go in and do the damage right away and wreck them like crazy. That's about it for really combat and tactics. And one more thing, oh yeah, definitely get used to using Valor. It costs a lot of force points, but that's alright, and force speed. Doesn't cost much, but it's useful as well. Here's some final advice before I do end this video guide. So first of all, when you start out, use custom grenades if you're faced against tough foes. So this way you use sneak attacks, otherwise attack from behind. Use someone as bait for that. Later on, when you get the fear line, go ahead and of course definitely abuse that as well to freeze foes in place. You facing droids, use force lightning I use. If you're in trouble like oh crap, death field helps as well. And yeah, if you can jump on your foes to do your first attacks, that's good. Just remember that the fear line, it's great against organic foes, not great against droids or really powerful Sith, like for example bosses and such. Use light side characters to help you out in case you cannot crowd control. Let them do that for you. Last but not least, use everybody else as a bait, so this way you'll attack them from either behind, or if you stun them, destroy them. You have the power of the dark side, use it and abuse it like crazy, and you'll win the day, or better yet, you win all the battles in the entire game. This is it for my Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic Dark Side Level 7 Scoundrel and Level 13 Jedi Guardian build video. This is LordFett signing off. Thanks for watching, and have a great day or night, and do please stay safe. Please subscribe to my channel for more guides and builds just like this. If you like what you see, then pick my suggestion on the upper left hand corner of the screen, or YouTube suggestion on the bottom left hand corner of the screen. Have a great day or night, and may the Force be with you.
Ha!